Okay, so according to this, I'm live. Good morning, folks. Bear with me while I subject you to this and go and chill out my stuff. And also make sure I've got live chat sorted out. Let me see here. Oops. Live chat. It says I have to sign into chat. Of course I do. Hello, Sasquatch. Bear with me just a few seconds. I'm going to try and... Okay, now that wants to open in a web browser I don't like. So I'm going to... There's my YouTube. So go home. Grab my... Open that in a new tab. Close that tab. Copy that. And mute. There we are. Okay, now I should be able to do default view and live chat. Okay, so in the live chat, I will say hey all. I do seem to spend an inordinate amount of time live lately. Everything is wonderfully nice when you discover that you can do live things and YouTube didn't tell you could ahead of time. Anyway, as you guys can see from the thumbnail there, yeah, I was ready a little early, so I grabbed a few extra things to talk about and created a new thumbnail. So I'll get this posted together. It's sent. Let me have a look at it. Looks good. I like the thumbnail. That's a little squishy, but I like it. Now, into the Discords I go to post many shills. If someone would like to count, that's one. I'm actually curious about how much shilling I do in the run of a day here. And I'm having trouble finding... Which I shouldn't. It's the Sultans. It should be my home on Discord, but I'm having trouble. There it is, the self-promotion button. Control V. Oh, I see. Bezic has created a nice thumbnail shaming command for me. Thanks, Bezic. I'll remember that when I take over the world. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different Discords I'm shilling this out to. Good gods. That one's already done. So yeah, while you guys are in chat, let me know what you think of this person that's on screen. I'm sure you're aware of the story by this time. If you're not, I will give you a brief catch-up when I come back from shilling everywhere, for I am rapidly becoming the king of the shills. You will notice one of the few things I generally don't shill is my actual shed streams when I'm doing the woodworking and stuff like that. It's not because I don't want to or that I don't think it's worthy. It's more that... Okay, you'll go in there this time. It's more that I like to keep people guessing, plus hopefully it's a good reason some people will subscribe so that they don't miss things like that if they're very interested. No, that's a backwards move. It's somewhat difficult to make sure I've got the right channel in every Discord because some of them are called different things. Lots of places have shilling links, shilling channels, which I really appreciate. It makes it very easy for a YouTuber to find somewhere. Some YouTubers, I guess, decided to take a little bit of poetic license. Silence me, 6. I don't care what I just gained. I do hate that Discord bot immensely. And into the commons on the Cabal. Cabal does in fact prevail. Okay, and Discord is now closed. Okay. Auto sign in on all the giblets for streaming. Sasquatch chills so you don't have to. Okay. Before I go back to putting myself on camera, let me just scroll through the... Oh, hi, James. I was just about to send you a message as well. Sasquatch says you go live 10, 20 hours a month. I honestly couldn't tell you, but I'll have to have a look. Sasquatch says he does 40 hours a month backstage easy. Well, true. Prime Knight says thumbnail bullying works. Look, I never said I was never going to put a thumbnail together. It's just taken me a while. There was the false start with the GIMP program that really messed me up. Let's see here. James Craig says the frog people have reason to believe that shop teacher is trolling the school board with brinksmanship. Maybe, but I don't know for sure. Sasquatch says, have you considered using StreamYard for the lives? It allows guests and easy push-button intros, free 20 hours a month. I have been considering StreamYards. I will have another look at it, because Streamlabs, which I'm using, is very simple for a boomer like me, so the 20 hours free a month sounds interesting as well, considering I would probably only use it for live streams like this and the occasional special. So that's hour a week, so no more than 5 hours a month for the basic live stream. And then if I had specials, yeah, that would make sense. Sasquatch, she'll see you don't have to auto sign in on all the giblets for streaming. Okay, so let me pop out my chat, close my YouTube page, squish that down, go to live chat, move that over where it belongs, which is not really going to stay there anyway. Check this. Okay. And I can bring that down. And okay, let me see if I can't make that go away. I think that'll work. Let me get my format just right here. Do I have your email? If you don't have my email, Sasquatch, it's pretty easy to figure out. It's ardentparty@gmail.com. Feel free to send me anything you like. Except dick pics. Okay, let's put my face over this poor thing. So, obviously in the thumbnail, you guys can see there's an interesting individual. Yeah, I have heard the theory that it's brinksmanship, but as I understand it, this person has been practicing this particular, I hesitate to call it a fetish, but they've been practicing this particular choice for over a year, as I understand. So, one wonders. Let me see, what else do I have going on today? So, in regards to this thing, I will kill the thumbnail and bring up my second screen. There we are. Oh, I don't have that quite arranged right. Let me see here. Transform, fit to screen. Okay, that's probably as good as it's going to get. So, this is the original story I was looking at this morning. Came up on my going to the shop, be back in a bit. Get me a Kit Kat. Hi, Promethean Healing. How you doing? This story that we're looking at here is from Rebel News, which is one of the few news services in Canada that is not paid by the not paid by the Trudeau government. My apologies for starting to say Alberta. But as you can see, they're very good about being politically active. They do a lot of petitioning, and I won't play this video, not because I'm worried about a copyright strike, but because I tend to get absolutely fascinated with Alexa Lavoie. She's a very beautiful woman, and that French accent does it for me. Sorry. Women with accents Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, they're talking about how this individual is a teacher at Oakville Trafalgar High School in Ontario. Since the coming to light of what's going on, many people have been shocked, appalled, offended. School and school board seem to be protecting this individual. Well, I don't think I'd say seem. They've literally put out statements saying that they are protecting this person. Apparently, they've gone so far as to throw another teacher under the bus. This is something I wasn't aware of. And if this is, in fact, a trans teacher, as opposed to a fetish, as they point out here, they do deserve a certain degree of respect, just as being human beings. A fetish, on the other hand, and I will put my face back on camera to make this clear, if you are practicing a fetish around high school students, you deserve censure. Period. While I'm actually on camera, can you guys hear me okay? I've got the mic pretty much right under my chin, but I just want to make sure I'm being clear enough. And when I turn to look at the other screen, let me know if the sound drops out. I hope everything is still connected. Yeah, okay. Yes, okay. So, my thinking is this: if this person is legitimately trans, as in they're doing this because they believe they are a man born in or a woman born in the wrong body, whatever. Okay, thanks, Sasquatch. That's great to know. He says I sound great. Awesome. But my thinking is this: if you're a trans person, you deserve a certain degree of respect. Either if you come at it from whichever angle. If you come at it from, oh, it's mental illness, they still deserve respect because they're suffering from mental illness. If you come at it from the angle that this is someone who is trans and trans is a real thing and they should be respected, and there is a small degree or a small percentage of trans cases who are legitimately trans. That's clear from the medical literature. But if this is someone who is a trans person, a legitimate trans person, I honestly don't think they would caricature themselves like this. And if they do and think that this makes them look womanly, then there's something very wrong with them. Clearly. And that's actually one of the biggest issues I have with the trans movement. Is that so many of them respect until they try to change my speech. Exactly. Yeah, the moment they infringe on your rights, they can go directly to hell. And they can stay there. But aside from that, meeting them on an equal human footing, I give them sympathy and decent common human courtesy and respect. But the thing I don't understand about a lot of these trans people is that sorry. Let me try some water. It's a bit better. One of the things I don't understand is how so many of these people, and I do apologize for the creaky chair, I am a big bastard, but so many of these people seem to have the idea that in order to be a woman, they have to be some sort of a caricature of a woman. And maybe it's an outgrowth from the drag thing, where everything is flamboyant and overemphasized, like all the big eye makeup and the great big nails, the gymongous tits, things like that. Maybe that's where some of this attitude comes from. But it strikes me that actual women should feel insulted by these people because... or by some of these people, sorry. I do know a couple of trans people who are extremely passing. And intentionally so. And then you have people like Blair White who have gone beyond out of their way to actually be as close to women as they can. What do we got here? Sasquatch says, I respond to people as they present. If they present as a woman, fine. Man, fine. If you're wearing gray sweats and no makeup, it's a toss-up. And it depends on how androgynous they are. Generally, Maybe it's from being raised by dogs, but I pay very strong attention to body language and the way that someone moves. That generally gives me the clue. Promethean healing, he's agreeing. Yeah, absolutely. James, I think you can find a parallel with people who get addicted to plastic surgery. When the human brain is tasked with optimizing a fuzzy concept like beautiful, you get the Bogdanovs. Yeah, maybe. I can see where you're coming from there. I don't think it's so much an addiction as it is overcorrection would probably be the best term. Anyway, let's go back to having a look at this image. So last Friday, dozens of people gathered in front of Oakville Trafalgar High School to express their disagreement and concern with someone dressed in such a provocative manner in front of children. That's something else too. This is one of the places where my issues come from with this individual. This is an extremely provocative outfit. I mean, just look at this. Let me get my face out of the way. This is extremely provocative. What you can't see in this image, because I did tinker with it a little bit to make it as YouTube friendly as possible. What you don't see here is, right behind about here, is a massively protruding set of nipples, which from a quick glance look about the size of my thumbs. And I'm a working man. Like, my hands are not small by any means. Sasquatch, body language is a huge part of how I make my show work. I read my guests' anxiety levels through body language. Okay. Yeah. What you don't see in this image is this isn't a skirt or a pair of pants that this person's wearing. These are very tight, essentially shorts. Not quite Daisy Duke level, but approaching it. And this is a person in their, if I recall correctly, late 50s, I think. Late 40s, early 50s, maybe. Give me just a second to deal with that. Sorry, had an itch. Freaking beard's growing in, it's making me insane. Yes, I know, what beard? Silence. But, yeah, let's get rid of that again. I really don't like that hanging around behind me. But from what I understand, like, you can see, oh, sorry, I didn't put the screen back. Oh, no, that's wrong. I want you back. There we are. I don't really want that back, but anyway, yeah, I mean, you can see here, like, this is gross. And I'm sure if I go hunting, I can find more pictures of them. Here you go. Very short shorts. Like, this is not appropriate wear for any teacher, let alone someone who works with power tools. Right? And I've seen footage of this person walking. These things bounce down to about here and up to about here. So they are not firm by any means. These are boingy boingies. And like, I'm trying my best not to be crude. And why is... I don't know why... Okay. I don't know why some of your messages are getting hidden either, guys. Let me scroll back, make sure nothing else got hidden. Okay. I just spotted that out of the corner of my eye. Sasquatch says, is it wrong to be in a hot tub with fat, ugly women? No. James says, I still can't get over how low on the belly. Yeah, and when this person walks, they bounce. As I was saying, they bounce a fair bit. Like, we're talking down to about here and up to around here. So, I mean, it is kind of nasty. Sasquatch, is it wrong to be in a hot tub with fat, ugly women? It's not wrong, but it's probably not going to be terribly comfortable. There's not going to be a lot of bubbles for you, if you get my meaning. Okay, let's... Anyway, this is a tweet from the leader of the People's Party of Canada. Yes, I am back on Twitter. True Ardent Party, if you're interested. Mostly because I wanted to be able to follow people that I respect. Max is one of those. Or Mad Max, as many people here in Canada will call him. There's also 2 notifications on Twitter. What have I got? Oh, it's just logins to my account. Anyway, I can close that one. Well, actually, I'll go back first. So this is talking about a protest that's going on today. We'll bring this one up. I'm getting perilously close to opening too many tabs as well. So, I mean, this is... I will say this for the PPC. When they put a title on something, they're very straightforward about what it is. Not like... for instance, in Florida, when DeSantis put out, I think it was the Protecting Children in Education or something like that, whatever the bill eventually came to be called, they hadn't named it initially, so of course the left was able to jump on it and propagandize by calling it the Don't Say Gay bill, when nowhere in the bill does it actually use the word gay, as far as I know. It was talking about sexualizing children. And God bless the PPC, they're clearly doing the Lord's work here. Stop sexualization of our schools protest. Now, if any of you happen to be in the Oakville area, in about 4 hours, give or take, yeah, maybe poke on down, have a look. But if you're going down to take a poke at somebody, please don't. And obviously we all want to discourage violence here. And just because I have it up, I also want to bring this to your guys' attention. This is a documentary that Rebel News has done about the supposed genocide in Canada at the residential schools. Live chat isn't moving. Hoping you guys are still there. I'll assume you're still there. Anyway, actually if I... Oh no, I'd have to bring that back over there. Bring that back up. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, let's move you over. I did have some other mode I could set this into now. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, as I said, I hope you guys are still there. I'm going to move this back over so I can see. Okay. Okay, I didn't see chat moving. I was concerned that maybe I'd gotten cut off again. Anyway, this is a documentary about the interesting story behind Canada getting called a genocidal nation. And just to bring it up, I think it has a trailer, but I won't play the trailer. Again, because if they're charging this for tickets, they'll probably, well, I don't necessarily believe they would copyright strike me, but it is important to know that this question, what lies beneath the soil in Kamloops, that's a very good question, because it's been well over a year at least, possibly 2, I can't remember exactly, since the alleged, assumed, supposed mass graves were found with ground penetrating radar. But yet, after all this time, and after having created a whole new holiday to commemorate the victims of this, and having our flags at half-staff for 6 weeks, I think, which, by the way, is far longer than they had it for Queen Elizabeth, which really cheeses me off. But all that aside, there still hasn't been a shovel put in the ground. So, in other words, there's no proof. Yeah, there is no evidence whatsoever, but, you know, apparently group guilt is more of an important thing. Anyway, moving on from that, we come to the thrust and intention of today's events. Let me just get my headphones on, and I will play this for you guys. I'll put the headphones on because then I don't think it'll come through my speakers. And there we are. This is the trailer for Christopher Everard's art book. Let me know if you can't hear it very well. Okay, while that's finishing out, I just realized I've got some skipped frames. I suspect it's because I was playing video. But in any case, we'll leave that aside. I'm going to leave this up for a minute, but I'm going to scroll. Actually, I'll break the, go back to default view, and let you guys have a look at the link for the Kickstarter. Oh, actually, I have that up here anyway. So, we'll kill that. So this is the Kickstarter for Christopher's art book. It's a book of art from his universe, his fictional universe that he's created. He's trying to... What the hell? Skipped frames. Okay. He's trying to raise money for, as I understand it, a translation into English. If I've got that wrong, Christopher, I will correct it the moment you tell me to. I suspect he's probably asleep or otherwise occupied at this point. Oh goodness. Okay. He's a writer who's finished a... I'm still getting skipped frames warnings. Okay, go away, Streamlabs. I'm not that worried about it. Okay. It's probably just the downside of Newfoundland internet. Okay. So, to say this clearly one time, if I can, Christopher is a Belgian author who writes in French, and as I understand it, he is trying to raise money for a translation into English. Now, looking at the art, and I'll actually show you the cover for his book. That's this one. Personally, I think it's really nice looking. This is an amazing piece of art here. I obviously, because I don't read in French, I haven't had an opportunity to really get into the stories. And I really would like to know some more about these images. Oops. And the trailer's not linked here. Christopher, you have a problem. You didn't link your trailer on YouTube to your Kickstarter. You only linked the Kickstarter in your YouTube trailer. Shame. Yes, that's right. I said it. Oh, let me see. Where is me? There is me. Shame. Yeah, you give me a hard time about my thumbnails. I'm going to give you a hard time about poor linkages. Anyway, here's the cover again, and I'll bring that screen back up. So, this is an illustrated book depicting creatures and... Oh, well, okay. I forgive him. His spelling is a little bad in English, but it's an illustration showing pictures of creatures and people from... Or creatures and characters from the first 4 books in his series. And I believe... Oops, did it again. I always put that E in, not thinking. And I don't want to go to his YouTube page. I'm actually looking for his books. Should be here, I think. No, but that is Chris. All the books of Christopher Everard. Here we are. So, his series is called Les Royaumes Démoniaques, or in English, The Demon Realms. It took him telling me that I was wrong about that translation. Originally, I thought it was something to do with demon royals. Oh, I still have that image over top of that. Sorry. There we are. So, this is the series, Les Royaumes Démoniaques. And I'm probably still mispronouncing that. I speak French with a Newfoundland accent. What are you going to do? But these do look very, very nice. And if I were in a bookstore and saw these, I would definitely want to pick these up. Maybe not this one so much, but this definitely has all the fantasy elements I'd be looking for. This is book 4, Chains of Time. Book 3 is called Horrors. Book 2, Le Feu de Vivant, not sure. Le Feu de Vivant, is that Wildfire? Or Wildfires, possibly? I don't know. Or Living Flames. And this is the first book, which La Roche des Ages should be pronounced, or should be translated, Rock of Ages. James says the art looks really good. Yeah, it is gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. I'm not going to create an account. Go away. I just want to see the picture. Okay, go back. Let's do new tab. And blow it up. Yeah, that is a gorgeous piece of artwork. It's a little dark for my taste, but it is nice. And 90%. And go away. Okay. Bring this back over. Here's the Kickstarter. And so yeah, the Kickstarter link is in my description down below. There. Okay. So yeah, go and check it out. If you read French, maybe you'd be interested. Even if you just like, well, you don't have to read French to enjoy the art book. My apologies. But if you read French, you might be interested in his series. I'm interested in the series, and I don't read French. I'm very tempted to pick them up anyway to teach myself French, or at least to revive my French. I haven't used my French in decades, other than to swear. Tabarnak, check the codes. By the way, if you're in Quebec and you're offended by that, too bad. So yeah, there's the Kickstarter if you guys are interested, and from there I will move on to the other author that I want to promote today, who is this fellow, who's also in the chat with us. This is James Craig, and his book is called Ship of Fools. I'm currently reading it. I'm enjoying so far. I've discovered that I get distracted quite a lot and generally don't sit with the book as long as I used to. So I'm going to make myself sit down and finish that book in the next couple of days. And I will definitely give you guys a fair review of it. James was nice enough to send me both this book and his... James, is it your first book is Faceless? Oh. No, that's not helpful. Okay, I have to... There we are. Yeah, James, was it your first book? Was that Faceless? Which looks kind of like it has a bit of a Dresden Files inspiration, though artwork being artwork, one never knows. Oh, chat is not moving. Have I been I've got a warning. Please tell me I wasn't disconnected. More skipped frames. Okay. Okay, so Faceless was your first book. Okay, excellent. Okay. Well, no, not so much I was asking about publication order so much as it was your first ever published book. So yeah, Ship of Fools. Let me get that back on screen. Don't really need to poke that there. Hi Primed, welcome back. Did you get me my Kit Kat? I'm waiting. Where's my Kit Kat? So yeah, you can get Ship of Fools in Kindle or paperback on Amazon. And there is a... Oh, okay. No, that's not great. But let's see if we can't get that a little bigger. Here we are. And this is the book I'm currently reading, and this blurb on the back did get my attention very well. If a problem can be shot, blown up, or otherwise destroyed, Ranger Marcus Maximus is an expert at that. Keeping a ship of scared civilians from tearing itself apart is not that kind of problem. After an unexpected attack on a backwater fuel mining station, 1,000 refugees are packed cheek to elbow aboard the Deimos. They are forced to hide in the depths of space until help can come. But who is help and who will kill them is a judgment call for the captain, and less people every day agree on who the captain should be. Marcus has to decide who to side with and who to betray because the wrong captain might just turn him over for the bounty on his head. James likes to think about worlds that don't exist, growing up on a diet of video games, anime, weeb, and the internet. Ending up as an engineer was accidental. At least it helps write about computer systems and robots. Check out jamescraig.com for more. And just to be kind... Oops, almost screwed that up. There's jamescraig.com in the chat. Let me try it as www.jamescraig.com. Okay, if neither of those links works, let me know, guys. Prime says he brought me my Kit Kat, but he tossed it in the river close to home. It should be here soon. Oh my. Anyway, guys, so that's not going to work. I've got that overlaid wrong. Okay, so, oh no, that one. There we go, and that one goes. Okay, so not to torture you with this too much, but I mean, this person clearly needs some sort of help. You'll notice too that when I did the thumbnail here, it's a little squishy because I had put down the text and then I discovered I needed to put something over top of it, so I had to redo this. You're quite welcome, James. You know, I'm enjoying your work, and I do like to promote new creators, especially when we're looking at people like... oh, let me get rid of that. I don't want that hanging around behind me. I want to promote new creators, people who are doing things that are actually original, or, you know, at the very least, not politically motivated, not agenda-driven. And both you and Christopher seem to be as divorced from politics as you can get, which is great. You know, if you're writing something that creates a good character, to me that's far more important than it be representative of someone. I mean, I can watch... Well, happened to watch an old episode of Reboot the other day. I identified with Enzo when I was a kid. It's a freaking green-skinned program. I'm not a green-skinned computer program. And yet I could identify with that character. How? How on earth could I possibly have done that? That doesn't make any sense to the people making... Yeah, see? The people making media now don't understand how art works. They have no art in their souls. Their idea is that if you produce something that people like, you just keep producing the same thing and people will keep liking it. Yeah, because people never get tired of the same thing over and over and over. Vampires, zombies, westerns, superhero movies, heist movies, car movies. Yeah, you know. Okay, the car movie thing might be a bit different. Prime says, yeah, no CRT or modern politics and entertainment, please. Yes, and, you know, it is easily possible to create a character that represents who you want to represent. James says his books have a bit of politics in them, just not the identity stuff. Faceless is largely about surveillance and privacy. Yeah, right? And that's fine. These are issues that affect everybody, as opposed to issues that only a tiny minority care about. But with, like, and I mean, I've banged on about this before, about how the big studios don't seem to get it. Like, they tend to take the wrong lessons from a lot of things. The Deadpool adaptation movie, for instance, that was amazing. Even just the test footage was amazing. It was better than anything that had been produced for a superhero movie up to that point. And that includes the Marvel stuff. But it was better because it was adapted. And it was extremely, extremely faithful to the source material. Whereas the third Blade movie, the reason I didn't like it is because I know those characters. I know Hannibal King, and I know Blade. Well, Blade, okay, it's kind of, yeah. But knowing Hannibal King, especially, that was just Ryan Reynolds trying out for Deadpool. Again. Really, that was the way it was played. In the comics, Hannibal King is not like that. Mind you, in the comics, Blade isn't like that. Or at least it wasn't originally. Let me see. I'll bring that screen back up. Oh, okay. Actually, I won't because I'm done with that screen anyway. So I will open a new tab and close the old one and just leave that sitting there for now. And I'll bring up the two covers, and can I put me between them? I might be able to. No. Oh, wait. Yeah, there I am. Okay. That's... Oh, hang on. I need to move this way. Okay. If I sit back a little bit, I'm on camera. Anyway, I'll leave it like this. I'm fine with that. Something about building blocks. No? Okay. I thought I just saw something about building blocks come up as a message. Oh, wait. Here it is. Okay, Stream Labs. You're very strange. Anyway, here we go. So that's pretty much it for what I had for today. I'm going on vacation-ish after this, mostly to do a little bit of revamping on the channel. I may, as Sasquatch suggested, I may look at StreamYards again. To be honest, if I can't get a handle on it, I'll just stick with what I know for now. Matter of fact, I think I could probably have guests and things on this program as well with this software. I've already had my buddy Cass on, but that was a FaceTime. Facebook Live? FaceTime? It was a Facebook video call. And the quality wasn't great. Now, we had a great discussion, but not the best. Not the best video quality can make it kind of iffy or gross. Pics from trip when back. Oh, and I'm not actually going anywhere, Brian. I'm taking some time away from the channel. Excuse me. I'm actually taking some time away from the channel to finish some projects that I haven't been able to get to because of being focused on doing the channel. With the weather changing and getting colder, I'm shortly going to be unable to spend any amount of time in the shed because of the cold. I have thyroid disease, and the cold seeps into me, and it can take days for me to warm up again once that happens. So I'm going to try to avoid that discomfort. Which means that I'll have more time to focus on the channel itself anyway. So what I'm going to be doing is cluing up some woodworking projects and beginning to do more recordings. Ideally, what I'll do is get 2 or 3 worth of series ahead, 2 or 3 episodes worth of the series ahead. I want to do one series called Sapientia Ex Fabulum, which is essentially, it translates as wisdom out of fable. And with that, what I'm doing is examining different pop culture properties for the moral lessons that they contain. And it'll generally be taking a short clip and just examining that clip. For instance, one of the ones that I have in mind is from The Crow, the Brandon Lee movie that he died on. There's a wonderful line in there where he says, "Mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts of all children." That sort of, the moral lesson, of course, you take from that is your children should be your priority. So, and it's also, I mean, you have that connotation of God also shows what kind of responsibilities and obligations you have towards your child. So yeah, primed. I'm not actually going on a trip, though I may go for a hike up the hill again, and if I do, I will take a few pictures up there. And potentially even... wait, you get nothing. You threw my Kit Kat away. No, I may do a short live from up there as well, if the weather's good. This time of year, it's probably not likely. yeah, so not a lot going on there. It's 10 after 12, so I will take my face off screen, and I will jump around the horn here real quick and see what I've got for all my engagement on different platforms. Discord I'll skip for now, and I'm probably going to have to sign into almost all of these. Yep. Okay, Gab, log in. Stop doing that. Your password didn't receive confirmation. Log in, MeWe. I'm sure you're going to tell me you want me to take some sort of trial. Okay. Log in on MeWe. This is taking substantially longer than it used to, and it's really starting to cheese me off. Mines. Log in. And I've noticed recently that a lot of these sites don't have the option for remember me on this device anymore, which is really, really irritating. Log into Parler. Okay, and I'm already logged in on Twitter. Okay, so starting over from Gab, I have 2 notifications. My notifications on Gab are excellent. Some more follows. I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you very much. Currently being followed by Yiz, Kingdom of Vinland, someone named Fartwith. Okay. Simon JJ, hi Simon. Formalin, or Formalin. I have no idea who that is, but using Bluto for your avatar, good move. Exiled Dissident Right Dirtbag also follows me on Gab, and I think that's a bust of Socrates, might be Aristotle, could be Plato. Anyway, good choices. But other than that, it's just comments about liking my posts. I do the occasional Gab and Rumble exclusive, which reminds me I meant to add Rumble to this list, but didn't. Close that. So yeah, I do the occasional Rumble exclusive, guys. And I have done a couple of Gab exclusives, or, well, one Gab exclusive. Generally, if I'm doing things off of YouTube, it's because they're too spicy for YouTube. So go and have a look. I also wanted to point out too, James, that I find the artwork on your books, especially Ship of Fools, very, very attractive. That's really nice art. And from a science fiction nerd standpoint, that effect on the nose cone of the compressed atmosphere, it's very nice. I absolutely approve. So, moving on to Getter, I have 3 notifications on Getter. Someone liked something I said, someone liked something I posted, and one of my polls ended. Oh, no. That's livestream messages. Never mind, my apologies. Livestreams. The Englishman I can't name, but who might be related to Johnny Bobinson. Mike Lindell, Pillow Guy, he did one, and Rami Tomlinson did one as well. It's just a couple of actually, those are all old live streams anyway. Nothing for me personally, I don't think. No, okay. Chat is moving. Oh, Sasquatch's comment got held. Sasquatch says, okay, I'm back. There's a chubby girl coming to get in my hot tub. Cool. She read it? For some reason, MeWe didn't let me log in when I tried the first time. So MeWe will wait till last. Mines, I have no notifications on Mines. I'm not surprised. Parler. I have no apparent notifications on Parler. And we'll save Twitter for last after I check MeWe. No, MeWe, I do not want anything to do with your free trial. And I have no notifications on MeWe. Excuse me. Hi, Kingdom. Good to see you. I'm going to be... Well, I was early, ready to start early, and I'm... Caucasian Sasquatch says, who knows what color her hair actually is? Well, anyway. There's nothing wrong with chubby girls getting in your hot tub. Anyway, let's see. On Twitter, I have not a single notification other than there were logins on my account. Good to know. Okay, gang. So I've been around the horn. I see Kingdom saying, what is it? What are you asking about, Kingdom? I'm just about ready to shut her down here anyway, folks. It's been one of those days. Well, it's been one of those months, really. That's wrong. That goes and that goes. And this comes back. Hiya! How you doing? So yeah. I'm going to be not posting content for the next 2 weeks after I finish this. And the chubby girl's hair is currently blue and pink with a purple stripe. Well, unless she's big fans of a razor. Or, let me rephrase that. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to bother to try. There's no saving that one. I just came off as grape. Yeah. It is what it is. Can't save it now. Blue and pink with a purple stripe. Is that like nice and orderly, or is it kind of spotty, or what? I once dyed my hair, or bleached my hair blonde. Didn't suit me, to say the least. And I immediately shaved my head. If I recall correctly, I actually had less hair then than I do right now. This is actually, what, 2.5 weeks growth, I think? It's nice to know the mustache still grows in. God damn it, YouTube, stop hiding comments. Let me see. Kingdom says seasonal allergies have been making him feel like shit as of late. If you live anywhere north of Mexico, I'd also suggest considering vitamin D. This time of year where the light is starting to fade from the sky in the northern hemisphere, I find that I increase my dosage. Sasquatch says, well, it's like the French flag, but not really. Is she a cheese-eating surrender monkey? What else? Okay, so news-wise, just to let you guys know, while I'm on vacation, I won't be producing any new content. Sasquatch says he's in Georgia. Allergies are always a problem. Georgia. Peaches in Georgia. I wonder what a peach orchard smells like. Anyway. But I imagine when those things bloom, yeah, they probably produce a lot of pollen. Now I'm kind of really curious about something. New window. There we are. And second screen capture. That won't do it. Okay, let's do this. Properties. This one done. Prime Knight, did you just unhide Sasquatch's comment? If you did, excellent. Kingdom of Inland says apparently Maine had a cool old flag and people want to bring it back. Okay. Since you mentioned flags and I have a real thing for flags, I'll check that. But before I do that, I also want to know what a peach blossom looks like. Oh, what the hell was that? Oh, that's very similar to cherry blossoms. Now, I'm going back a page because I want to know what the hell this was. Oh, apparently a peach blossom is a species of moth. Thyatira batis. Ah, that's cool. Oh, it was discovered by, or described by Carolus Linnaeus. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's very similar to cherry blossoms. Huh. Yeah, okay, cool. Moving away from that, let's have a look at the flag of Maine. Is this the one they're talking about, I wonder? The pine tree? That is an absolutely ugly flag. This, on the other hand... Oh, that's a redesign. Let's go back to all... And we will unfortunately have to look at Wikipedia. Sasquatch says it smells like heaven. I bet. How often are they hidden? You've had 3 hidden, I think, this time, and I've unhidden them. Hopefully YouTube is getting the hint. But, yeah. The last few streams, I've had people pop in and end up with hidden comments. Actually, Sasquatch, I think you seem to be the top target for that. Okay, so this is this their original flag? Oh, no, here we are. Original flag. Excuse me. Oh, it's the one with the North Star. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, that is... Well, I'm not too sure about this shape, but it is nice. And the reason I'm not too sure about the shape is it should be something simple enough that school kids could draw it, which, when you take into account my banner, yeah, you know, that's going to be kind of hard for school kids to draw too. But, yeah. But yeah, that is actually quite a nice flag. Oh, it's quite a lot lighter. Oh, I'm sitting at a low angle, so I've got a slightly more sepia-toned version of it that I'm looking at. But that is quite nice. CRW does do good work too. I've had a bit of a vexillological Oh, sure, I got through vexillological no problem, but I couldn't get the word fetish out right. Let's see. Okay, Sasquatch says peaches and cherries are both stone fruits. That makes sense then. Prime Knight is wooting because Linnaeus was a Swede. Kingdom of Inland, the blue is the new one. The other one is the old flag. Look up Old Maine flag. That was the one... Is that this one? The reproduction that CRW has created? And Kingdom is asking Knight if he's Swedish as well. Yes. Digital reproduction of the 39 Maine merchant marine flag. I like this. But this kind of speaks to, you know, the salt water in my veins and the sawdust on my my hair. Yeah, the salt water in my veins and the sawdust in my hair. Yeah. I actually really do like that. What does Diergo mean, I wonder? It might be Latin. Let's find out. We'll go Diergo. That's Italian. Apparently, we'll put it in English. Detect language. I direct. I lead? Yeah, I'm thinking it's I lead. That's translated from Italian. Let's try it from Latin and see if that's not different. Direct. Oh, okay. So it is a verb. Guide, steer, lead. Well, not really lead. But yeah, okay, that's cool. Dirio. That must be the coat of arms. No, that's the militia flag from 1822. Interesting. These are some of the other flags used in Maine. I like this one, but that's a New England flag. The Maine Bicentennial, so that's from... When was Maine admitted to the Union? They weren't one of the original 13, were they? I don't think. I could be wrong. Symbols of the state of Maine, because why not? State ballad is the ballad of the 20th Maine by the ghost of Paul Revere. Uh, Saltwater in my veins and sawdust in my hair do in fact sound like song lyrics, Kingdom. You're right. Prime Night. Some Swedish county and national flags. Let's have a look at Swedish county flags as a way to finish off here. The specific main flag he's talking about is the 1909 flag. Okay, 1909. Okay, so it is this one, yeah. Yeah, that is a really nice flag. I as I said, I do have issues with it being drawable by children, but one of the reasons I like the oh, you did post the wiki link here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. Oh, that's the flags of Sweden. Oh, that works even better. So I can kill that, and let's have a look at the flags. That's a little busy, but it is a personal, yeah, it's a personal flag of the King of Sweden, so understandable. Royal pennant, it's quite nice. See, I miss when we had flags like this that had the country's colors, a good solid quadrant of, you know, recognizing heritage and connection, and then a coat of arms. Now, granted, there is no way in hell a school child is going to draw this, but take away these two things and switch to, say, this, though I think I kind of like the other colors a lot more. These are richer colors to me. This nice deep blue and gold as opposed to the yellow and blue. Have Swedes ever been accused of having an overabundance of imagination? No offense, but these are the worst flags I've ever seen for anything. I'm going to guess from their names that these are government corporations, similar to crown corporations here in Canada. Military flag's nice. Navy. Now, how come you lost? Why are you losing stars? So this is your naval jack and diplomatic flag from 1844 to 1905. That's a very nice flag. It's a little busy, but it's nice. I like this one. This one is quite nice. Kingdom, or no, it wasn't Kingdom. Prime Night. You could have warned me. The Nordic Realm Party. They are a neo-Nazi, or was a neo-Nazi political party in Sweden, founded in '56 as the National Socialist Combat League of Sweden. That's nice. How about the Nordic Resistance? Pan-Nordic neo-Nazis. Let me guess, the party of the Swedes neo-Nazis. Starting to see a theme here. National Socialist? Oh, well, they're not neo-Nazis. Feminazis. Socialist Party. Well, Communist. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so let's look at some regional flags. Okay, that's gorgeous. That is very nice. Again, not something a child could draw, but it is a very nice flag. Definitely catches the eye. Prime Night says yes, state media. Okay. Kingdom says they could probably use a different tree to make it easier to draw, but the overall design is perfect. Yeah, no. Simplicity is nice. So the star and the tree, it's very good. County of Jamtland? Jamtland? Jamtland County. Hey, you've got a moose! That's a moose! I'm sure you guys probably call it an elk or something, but that's a friggin' moose. It's a moose with slippers. Why does the moose have slippers? Primed? Why does your moose have slippers? The NRM have a cool flag, unlike the others. Let me just go back and see that one again. Oh, the Nordic, was it Nordic Resistance Movement? I can't imagine why Kingdom would like that. It's not like it matches his color scheme. What else have we got here? I like this one too, but that's your standard Nordic cross. The Nordic Brazilians in Åland. Östergötland. Unofficial. You have a lot of unofficial flags. Almost all of them are Nordic crosses. I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Let me see if I can find another Nordic cross and see if it's not unofficial. Rostigan. Is it Rostigan or Roslagen? I'm probably horribly pronouncing that anyway. I can barely pronounce Uppsala. Definitely a lot of ancient and medieval European influences here. That's a griffin. That's an eagle. That's a lion. I like lions. You may have noticed. I'm going to assume that's a tree and not an octopus. Anyway, we're over time here, guys. So I'll just swing through these really quick. Okay. I'm going to close that. Excuse me. And we will take that screen away. And, yeah, unofficial flags tend to be very nice. I do know that moose have hooves primed. I've been hunting a few times. Moose is one of the best meals you will ever have when it comes to a meat. Especially in Newfoundland, because they have no predators here. If you don't count elk. Okay, so it's a translation of elk. Cool. Still a moose. Moose, elk, they're essentially the same animal. Generally, the distinction I draw is if they have kind of the horn, conical, round, tubular antlers, they're elk. If they have the big plates, they're moose. But, yeah. Kingdom says he didn't know there were moose in Sweden. He thought they were more a North American thing like buffalo. Well, yeah, there are buffalo in Asia as well, which I expect are related to the bison some manner. Yeah. Speaking of moose, we didn't have moose in Newfoundland until about 100 years ago. We had to ship them in. And after we had them here for a while, we brought in, or tried to bring in, deer. And deer didn't take, because turns out the moose and caribou here have some sort of brainworm that, yeah, completely ruins deer. Yeah, so they didn't survive. Hello again, Based. Just in time for me to leave. Monkey, I swear to God, it's like I say I'm getting ready to wrap things up, and it's like a ping goes off in your head, and you go, oh, I gotta go. Aurochs, yeah. The old Norse word is aurochs. Aurochs, yeah. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you very much for being here. Monkey, I'm sorry. Yeah, damn it. I absolutely appreciate the support, especially right before I go on vacation. I don't suppose you point out to Disco that I actually did do a thumbnail today? Yeah, I'm sure she'll find some reason to give me less than an A+, and I don't care. But that's basically my new thumbnail format. The difference being that where the text is placed today was intentional. Let me just bring that up so you can see it. Get rid of my beautiful face. There we go. So this text on the mid area here, that was placed intentionally to hide an obvious protrusion. And of course, if you look at the shape of the graphic on this end, on the left side, you can see it doesn't quite look right. That's because the original coverage wasn't quite sufficient. Prime Knight says, take care. Thank you, Primed. Kingdom of Inland says he saw a headline from Forbes that Russia is losing 4 planes a day. These brother wars are sad. I don't know if Ukrainians and Russians necessarily see themselves as brothers. Now, there are obviously ethnic Russians in Ukraine, and probably ethnic Ukrainians in Russia, but yeah. Or the muskox. Yep, muskox. Do we have muskox in Canada? I'm not sure. Anyway, folks, I do need to get going. I have some family coming to visit, so I appreciate you guys having been here. If you're interested, Tony DiGirolamo, Tony D from the Lotus Eaters, he does a stream every Sunday, about 3 hours from now. Now, I'm not sure of his schedule. He may be off doing a signing or something. He does a bit of writing as well. But I find his chat to be a good hangout as well, if you're interested. I'll probably be in there. Alaska has a cool flag and anthem. Yes, they do. So does Texas. Well, the flag. My favorite state motto is New Hampshire's. And that should be pretty friggin' obvious why.